Markets remain in a cautious zone as global cues turn mixed and Nifty trades within a narrow consolidation range. This is your pre-market update from Bajaj Broking, where we bring you the latest market insights to keep you ahead of the curve. Tune in for our evening update for the full market wrap. Global cues remain mixed as Nvidia's strong Q2 earnings supported sentiment, while trade tensions and geopolitical concerns kept markets cautious. US indices ended marginally lower and Gift Nifty indicated a weak opening. Indian markets remained range-bound with Nifty closing at 24,207.75 and Sensex at 77,472.94. Nifty is likely to consolidate between 24,000 to 24,700 with 24,500 as the key resistance and 24,200 as the immediate support. Let's look at the Indian market. Gift Nifty signals a negative opening for the Indian market. Nifty spot in today's session is likely to trade in the range of 24,020 to 24,380. Indian equity benchmarks remained range-bound with downward bias during Wednesday's session, with the Nifty slipping below the 24,250 mark while the Sensex remained below 77,500. Although Brent crude oil prices cooling towards the $86 per barrel mark, providing some relief and supported investor sentiment, persistent geopolitical uncertainties kept market participants cautious. With limited directional triggers, investors remained focused on sectoral rotation and stock-specific opportunities. At close, the Nifty 50 declined 0.52%, while the Sensex fell 0.24% to settle at 77,472. On the sectoral front, Nifty Metal, PSU banks and financial services emerged as the key gainers, attracting selective buying interest. On the downside, Nifty IT, FMCG and Realty remained the key laggards and weighed on the benchmark indices. The broader market continued to show resilience despite weakness in the frontline indices. The Nifty Small Cap 100 index gained 0.81% and touched a fresh all-time high, highlighting sustained buying interest and relative strength in the small cap segment. In contrast, the Nifty Mid Cap 100 index declined 0.10%, remaining largely flat. The index formed a bearish candle with a small upper shadow, signaling profit booking at higher levels around last week's high and 52 weeks EMA. Nifty started the session on a positive note but failed to sustain above last week's high of 24,360 and gave up its intraday gains to close around the 24,200 levels. Failure to close above last week's high will signal consolidation in the range of 24,000 to 24,350, while a close above 24,360 will signal extension of the pullback towards 24,550 and 24,700 levels in the coming weeks. Overall, the index is expected to extend the recent consolidation and trade in the broad range of 24,000 to 24,700 in the coming sessions. Nifty has short-term support placed at 24,000 to 23,800 levels, being the confluence of the trendline support joining the last 4 months' lows, the previous major gap area, and the 61.8% retracement of the previous up move from 23,606 to 24,774. For the intraday session, Nifty has resistance at 24,300 and 24,380, while support is placed at 24,115 and 24,020. Bank Nifty has resistance at 58,000 and 58,210, with support levels at 57,510 and 57,230. Let's look at the global and Asian markets. Nvidia's strong Q2 earnings with revenue of $96.2 billion and Q3 guidance of $108 billion supported AI sector sentiment, while rising Canada-US trade tensions kept markets cautious. US indices ended marginally lower, with the Dow down 0.21%, S&P 500 flat, and Nasdaq down 0.08%. Crude oil stabilized as Strait of Hormuz supply concerns eased. Asian markets traded mixed on Thursday, with Japan's Nikkei 225 declining 0.39% and Australia's ASX 200 falling 0.51%. South Korea's Kospi outperformed, gaining 1.58% during the session. We encourage you to check out the description below for a more in-depth analysis of the option chain, including detailed data and insights. We cover the latest trends, key levels, and options activity to help you stay updated on market movements and make informed decisions. Be sure to visit for all the latest information and expert analysis. Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Please read all documents carefully before investing.